Another one, which is a little bit old, which is somewhat legacy, but it depends on where you are. If you don't have other options, you may have to have this, is DSL, or digital subscriber line, right? So DSL is, some of us may have had it. It actually uses the telephone line. So instead of using the coaxial cable that we talked about, it actually uses the telephone line, right? So if you're using the telephone line, you already know that that is a lot slower than using fiber or the coaxial cable. So if you got DSL, that's kind of like a last ditch effort. You know, they couldn't give you anything else, so on and so forth. Then we got wireless, of course. Wireless, simply put, is just wireless internet. Now with wireless internet, like I just said, comes a few security issues as far as distance, people being able to see your network. Another thing is, like I said, when I'm at my home, you know, I literally, you know, if I look in my network settings, literally it's 10 different networks I can connect to. Not that I would ever do that, because that's illegal, but it's a bunch. You know, I can see my neighbor's Wi-Fi, I can see across the street neighbor's Wi-Fi. They can't see mine's because, you know, I hide the network name. Now, if you're savvy, if you know what you're doing, you can still find the network name. But for the average Joe, the average person that doesn't know, you know, what they're doing, if you hide the network name, they'll never see, you know, that you have a network, because you kind of want to reduce, you know, your attack service as much as possible. So wireless, it deals with different frequencies depending on the devices that you have in your home, depends on the frequency that you're going to use and the speed that you're looking for, so on and so forth. Cellular is pretty simple. You know, you're just using your cellular data for your internet, right? So the satellite is kind of like, definitely like the last option. But for the government, it's the first option because of security. But for personal use, it's the last option. So a lot of times, if you're using satellite for personal use, it's because you're in the middle of nowhere. There's no cable companies out there. There's no fiber optic runs. There's nothing. And you got to have internet somehow, right? Now, as far as the government, they use satellite internet on ships in rural areas and hostile areas, just so they can have some type of internet connection. Now, if you're using satellite, you're not doing anything crazy. You're not doing no Netflix. You're not doing no streaming. It's pretty much just to send emails and just to relay information, right? Real light stuff.